Do we have enough baby clothes? And how about entertainment? Will he be comfortable? I want this baby to be a minimalist.
I think he already is.
Carlene and I have often struggled to figure out, what does our baby actually need? We've never wanted them to be in lack. In fact, we've often wanted to give them what we've never had. And though we've wanted this with all good intention, it oftentimes feels misguided. We want to give our kids the world, but we definitely agree that giving our kids the world doesn't mean getting them a bunch of stuff. We're getting towards the end of this pregnancy and getting the last minute things that we need for him, but my fear is that we get things that we might only use once, and I don't want us to get to that place that we were before.
Yeah. I think one of the most difficult things in parenting was when we just had our daughter Mila. We had so many things and we just didn't know what we actually needed, what we didn't. So it was kind of not possible to really get down to the bare necessities because we didn't know what those were. So at this point with baby number 3, we just want to set him up with the things that he actually needs, the things that he will use, and just keep it minimal. This baby will be a minimalist, but I don't mean that he'll just have 2 things.
Everything we see in the world nowadays when it comes to preparing for a baby is that you need a closet full of clothes, a bunch of baby gadgets, fancy newborn outfits. But it's kind of countercultural to show that you only really need a few things. So as we're trying to make sure that we're really minimal with this last baby, we're also trying to figure out how can we prevent excess.
Honestly, we're really lucky this is our 3rd baby, so we have some experience under our belt where we know really what we need and what we don't need. Especially with the newborn, I feel like that's the stage where everyone, including ourselves in the past, have gone the most crazy because we think the baby needs everything that is offered, plus we think that we have to get everything for like the first year right away. So we've learned that you don't really have to do that, and you can, have everything for when they're a newborn, and then you can transition those things out and transition the newer, like 6 months to a year items in, so you can keep your house clutter-free.
So almost everything that we've gotten has been secondhand, and we've only gotten the essentials that we know that we need. And for the clothes, we have about 1 week's worth because we know that if we get more than that, it can go downhill really fast.
Yeah. So just to piggyback off of what he said, this time around, we're only doing a week's worth of clothes, a week's worth of pajamas, a week's worth of bibs. The reason why is because I want to make sure that we have enough so that if, the week gets a little hectic, we don't have to do laundry, more than once. And also, I just feel like that's a good enough number, in case something happens, baby throws up, things like that. So since we're keeping it so minimal and we don't need a lot of things, and like he said, we've been blessed with so many secondhand things, we decided not to do a baby shower. We just didn't feel like it was worth our time or anyone else's time because we don't need so much. We did do a registry and we kept it as minimal as possible, just really like the essential things, yeah. And, we've been blessed with getting gifts from there, even though, we're not doing a baby shower. So a few of the secondhand things that we received were, 1, a mini crib, which is what the baby will be sleeping in. And we're super blessed by that because back when we had our other 2, they would sleep in a rock and play sleeper.
Loved it.
It was the only thing that they would sleep in. Our son had really bad reflex issues. It was the only thing that he would sleep. And it's since been recalled. So we needed somewhere else for him to sleep. And our friend gifted us the mini crib. We were gifted a baby bouncer, which our kids were in the bouncer for way too long.
Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Okay, you can go to sleep.
To the point where my daughter was so big, she was over a year old. Yeah. Remember she flipped it over?
Yeah,
it was bad. But she loved it. She would bounce and fall asleep in it. We were gifted like a Mama Roo swing, you know, those like fancy ones. We were gifted, I'm trying to think what else, secondhand stuff. We were gifted like a little bouncy seat. So all of these things that, you know, we would eventually have gotten, friends of ours whose kids have just outgrown them, they passed it on to us. So
Hashtag have friends who are parents.
have friends who have kids. So,
also this stuff, like I think there's been times where people have offered us stuff and we said no because we have a lot of great secondhand stuff already, so we don't need to get more things like, oh, I mean, it's free, or oh, you know, maybe the baby will need it. We're really thinking about what do we know our babies have used, and obviously every baby's different, but I have a good feeling that we kind of know.
Yeah, we also got a walker.
Yeah,
that's in the closet. So yeah, the bigger items, we've been so blessed to receive those secondhand. It's pretty cool because we knew that we wanted more kids after we had our second, but we didn't know when that was going to happen. And we definitely didn't think it was going to be like now. Like,
yeah.
Right?
It was kind of a surprise.
Y'all ready for round 3?
Y'all pregnant? You pregnant? You pregnant?
Number 2 and 3 were pretty much God's plan. But we ended up getting rid of everything after baby number 2. And, I mean, we did keep like a few things like the car seat and the really big crib. And, you know, just things like that we were like, okay, we don't want to spend a couple $100 on these. But other than that, we got rid of everything, all the clothes, all the little things, the bouncer, the swing, all that stuff. So it was pretty cool because I feel like it just kind of came back full circle, and we were blessed. So I know a lot of people ask us like, oh, what do you do if you want more kids in the future? Do you keep everything? Like people would say, oh, it's cluttering up my house. You know, I would say it really depends on when you plan to have kids. If you're like already trying, then definitely like keep it. Because, you know, budget also matters. Hey.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
You mean? All right. Well, let's make a budget real quick. Okay.
But if it's like a hypothetical child in the next few years, I would say bless someone else with the stuff. Or if you're on your debt-free journey, just sell it.
And at this point, both of our families know we won't keep anything that we don't need. Just kidding. But seriously, they know. I feel like we're doing pretty good for this last minimalist. I feel so much...
Last minimalist.
Yeah, this little last minimalist we're having. I feel so much less stressed than I did with the last pregnancies. And I feel like we're saving so much more money.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. Especially the secondhand things are a huge blessing. And also, you know, we didn't go too crazy and throw like a huge baby shower, which is costly. And then we didn't go out and buy like a bunch of baby clothes. The cute baby clothes can suck you in. And so we just were really mindful this time. And I mean, I would say we pretty much have been gifted everything. Except, I mean, maybe we bought diapers. That's it.
So yeah, we've saved a ton of money with this last pregnancy. And I think that we are going to make the world's best minimalist. Hands down.
Yeah, he's going to be a legend.
That was good.
I feel bad for this kid. We're going to just get him with that name so much.
Well, it's an awesome name.
Here comes legend. Like, just so many things.
If you're close to having a kid or just curious about what are baby must-haves, then watch this video and it'll walk you through all of the things that we think are the baby must-haves from Amazon. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.